today. From State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Washington Commanders.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington Commanders and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Tua to throw right away. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, here's Tua. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. To try again after the sack. Tua looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Jones on the return. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Cardinals now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
57 the mic. 57 the mic.
Back to throw. Jones has it. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. The Cardinals had 10 and 6 now on the year, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go now. Make the Cardinals.
Up the middle they go. Humphrey. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Commanders territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone, but sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever, and I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Check 52's the mic.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Go. We're going 25. Ready, go. Good job. And 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. You're trash. Go.
After the sack on 1st down, Tua, middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Watch left. He's stopped right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Still a lot to be determined in terms of their final seeding. We do know they'll be in the playoffs, but in what shape, what capacity, we're not sure. But here, ready for a sports cliche, and then just take them one game at a time, right?
And they have to. And look, so the thing about cliches, they've been proven over time. All right, we know that. So, yes, take it one game at a time, but make sure that there's no let-up, no getting off the gas, right? No mental letdowns, because each one is important for them to accomplish their goals.
Now a run with Akers, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go again here with Akers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Back to throw here. In trouble, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Off the play action, Tagovailoa. Going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
When I was in school, math was not my strong suit, but I did learn enough to know how to play cover 3. 2 corners and a safety divide up the field in thirds. On this play, the corner didn't get fooled by anything in front of him. Kept his coverage all the way down the sideline in the deep 3rd position and makes the interception.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Got it. Ready? 57, Mike 57. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Whoa. 57's Mike. Mike, ready.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 9. They'll set up to throw. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got this downfield to McBride. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
57 the mic. 57 the mic.
They'll give this to Akers running right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Now back to throw. Taken in by Pascal out left. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
You know, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for him, too.
On the handoff, running left is Akers. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to McBride. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give. Akers running left. And able to get him inside the 5 here. Just inside the 5 to about the 4. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Justin Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Take it in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Go.
Here's Tua. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
45, right.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Tua. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Dwayne Smoot coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
We want it. Come on.
First carry for James Conner, and he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a hit and a loose football inside the 20. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And he wisely will throw that one away. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to pass. Tua.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Let's go. 10 black. Back 38. I'm coming. Cut. Let's go.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the Cardinals' 39-yard line.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25. Go.
An inside give, Brown. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
You got him. You got him. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Get your swerve on.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
A 2-yard gain on the play.
2 to throw again.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this 1st half. And it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of action. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
They'll look to throw again. A good throw here, finding Pascal.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
52's the line. Watch the run. Watch the run. 52's the line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got McBride here over the middle.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Alert. Alert. 3 down.
Back to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Take 4. Take 4.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Got his tight end. That's complete. It's McBride. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we've reached the intermission, and what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the visiting Niners who are able to come away with the road victory. Christian McCaffrey, nearly 200 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns as well. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. 2 touchdowns in that game for J.K. Dobbins. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Breece Hall, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come on now. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
First chance for the Commanders' offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Yeah, they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
His throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Tua. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Clark. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
A 50-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks him right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Back to throw.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense set to take over.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
From the 39, Tua. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas.
Come on, set, 30, yellow.
A gain of 7. First down, Commanders.
Tua now on first down. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Here we go. Red, 38.
A gain of 11. Brings up second.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Ready.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Tua sets up to pass it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the 1st.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here's Tressway now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
70.
Come on, QB, come on. Check, 50.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it, and
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Touchdown, Washington. Juju Smith-Schuster.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Commanders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So out now come the Cardinals.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
I can't believe they even let you play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Not today.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball. So let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Gano the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Now a toss running left, Akers. And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They drop it for a second straight play.
3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and goal.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Brings up third and 6.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Touchdown, defense.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and
Going right back to Akers.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
He'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. Don't get nervous now. We ain't begin. Let's go.
2nd and 3. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will be from 56 yards out. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. Well, here we sit, week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Here we go. Ready?
On first down, Tagovailoa. The open man is Clark, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he'll just get rid of it.
Washington on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Tua going to throw.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 4-point game.
The Cardinal offense takes back over. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check that. We're on line 52 right here. Ready.
They'll look to throw here.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. A give running right is Akers.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
They'll drop to throw.
That's complete to McBride. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw.
Got a man. It's McBride, complete. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Cam Akers, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
We're pretty quiet. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. They can't hang with us.
All right, go. Ready, go.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Tua now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
Pass on the out route caught by Smith-Schuster.
Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This is taken in by McBride.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And that pickup on the first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Humphrey. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He's got his tight end McBride on the out route. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McBride.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28.
The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
57, Mike, 57.
A give running right is counter. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
60, Panther 60.
Dang, that's gonna be a long day.
52's the mark.
Ready, go.
On 2nd down, Humphrey. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. 55 is mine, guys. 55.
Let's go.
Connor up the middle. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
57 is the mic. 57.
They'll look to throw, and this is caught, and that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Now Washington down on the scoreboard. A little under a minute to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down.
Right.
Hey, tight. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Ready, go.
Two to throw.
Got four down.
And Dotson, he's got it.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
95.
Let's make these babies cry. Let's make these babies cry.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
We go 25 to the mic.
Here's Tua. Got a man. It's Diaby Brown, complete.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Ready.
Tua.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And 25 to the mic. Go 25 to the mic. Go. Check 50. Check 50.
Ready.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Check.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll.
Here we go. Shot. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Double time. 5-2 is the mic. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, this was an entertaining game, really an entertaining 4th quarter. I think that's kind of what separated them was their execution down the stretch, Charles, to get this victory in a 2-score game.
Brandon, I would imagine that's exactly how they envisioned it, right? They were hoping to close this one out that way. That type of execution, just enough points to get them the victory. I think they'll have an emotional high moving into next week and getting ready for further games.
So for Arizona,
they conclude the regular season with a final record of 11-6.
and now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Washington,
They wanted desperately to finish above 500, but that will not happen as it is an 8-9 season in the end.
and they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.